If you're trying to get a Thai police clearance certificate in 2025, you're going to realise that a lot of the information online is quite conflicting. It's very confusing. Some websites are going to give you some information that's going to differ from the government's website, which is going to differ from the Thai government's website. So in this video today, I'm going to tell you the exact step-by-step process that I have done recently to get my Thai PCC in 2025. I'm going to cover step-by-step exactly how to get your document from Thailand. So we're going to cover what documents you're going to need, how to send it, and how long it took for me to receive it back. So first and foremost, what is a PCC? So that stands for Police Clearance Certificate. It's essentially a criminal record check showing that you've got a clean record whilst you're in a country abroad. This process is going to cover the Thai PCC and how to get one from Thailand. The process does differ from country to country, so if you are applying for a PCC from a different country, be sure to check out the Gov.uk website for individualised instructions on PCC applications for the country that you need one from. Just be mindful that the Gov.uk website can be outdated. When I went on to see what I would need for a Thai application, the steps were written in 2016 and they haven't been updated since. In 2022, the Thai Embassy's website was updated with a new process and a new setup for what you need, the documentation. So the documentation you needed in 2016 is different to what you needed in 2022. Obviously, by and large, they're similar, but there are some things that you don't need anymore. So here are the documents you're going to need for the PCC application in 2025. You're going to need to complete the application forms that are on the Thai website. They provide them as one full PDF, but it's going to come as a set of a few pages. So get those filled in and then you're ready to go. You're also going to need to photocopy your passport, so the photo page, and also your entry and exit pages from Thailand. You're also going to need 2 passport size photos, so you can get these done at a local supermarket, in those photo booths. Anywhere that's got the photo booth, you're going to be able to get them. I paid about a tenner for mine, for 4. But yeah, you only need 2. You also need a self-addressed return envelope to get the document back to you once they've processed it. You're also going to need to get your fingerprints taken with the fingerprint form that they provide. I'll cover this more in just a sec. And the last document you'll need to include is a receipt of your transfer of payment. So to pay for the application processing fee, I used Wise Transfer, or Wise is just called now. The Wise app allowed me to send an exact amount, and it told me on screen the exact amount they would receive. So I didn't go through the bank or a Western Union, I went through Wise. So I paid 600 baht for my application to be processed. They do list on their website that if you include a self-addressed envelope with stamps on, you can pay 100 baht, but I don't know how you would go about getting Thai stamps in the UK, so I would just send 600 baht to the Royal Thai Police's bank account and then you're safe. Also, you're going to need to sign the corner of each of your documents to certify that they are yours. I don't know the reasoning behind this, but in Thailand you do sign the corner of your documents with your signature to prove that it's sort of yours and it's valid and it's a true copy. I just scribbled my signature on the corner of each page. So how do you get your fingerprints taken in the UK? So you're going to go onto your local police authority's website. I'm going to do it now as well at the same time. So you're going to select make an appointment. Are you living in the UK? You're going to press yes. So I would then scroll down, and because PCC application isn't an option, you can just select to work for a company that trades overseas. It's the bottom option. When you click that, then it's going to show you the police stations that are able to take your fingerprints. So select a station that's close to you. Scroll down to the bottom of this page and then you can press start. Obviously it tells you about the pricing, then you can press start. When it loads, you're able then to give your information, basic information, first name, surname, address, email address to contact you, and then your preferred date and time. They'll then send you an email telling you when it's suitable. If they don't, like for me, I wasn't given an appointment time, I just had to turn up at the station and wait for a couple of hours. In the end, they just said come back tomorrow at 10 AM and we'll definitely get it done for you then when an officer was available. So if your police station's busy, I can imagine you will have to wait. The consideration for the application form is that when I went in, I wasn't actually able to get the Thai forms signed with my fingerprints on because that was against the station's policy. What they did was supply me with their sort of papers which they could sign with their logo on and all the rest, which I imagine is the same sort of process. Something to consider that I ended up printing my fingers onto their forms, they signed it, but they couldn't sign my prints that were on the Thai document, which I don't think is a big deal because ultimately they're getting your prints regardless. Something to bear in mind is that this process cost £120 for me for one set of prints, so one hand and two hands. On the website and on the information that you'll see that it lists that you need two sets of fingerprints. Now, this is only one pair of hands. It doesn't mean that you need to get two sets of prints. In Thailand, they call it two sets, just two hands. So just something to keep in mind. Don't end up paying another £40 for another set of prints when it's not necessary. So once you've completed all the relevant documents, you're good to go, you're ready to ship. I put all these into an envelope and sent them to the Royal Thai Police Clearance Centre in Bangkok. I sent this with the Royal Mail track postage. It said that it would take between 7 and 12 days, but it actually ended up only being 3 days. I sent it on Friday and it was there by Tuesday, so call it 3-4 days. I almost ended up going with DHL, which would have cost me about £50 to get it there within 3 days, but Royal Mail got there within 3 days or 4 days anyway, so maybe it's not worth spending the £48 and just going with Royal Mail, who will charge you £12. So once you sent it off, now it is the case of a long wait. You're not going to get any updates on where it is or when it's going to be delivered. There's no sort of online sort of tracking, or you won't even know if they've received your documents apart from the Royal Mail saying that they've been delivered. So I got mine there on the 18th of March and it was back with me on the 16th of April. On their website it says that it can take between 15 to 25 working days. So I got mine on the 23rd working day, which was well within their time frames. I was starting to get a bit worried when it wasn't arriving, but ultimately it was within their time frame and you just got to be patient. They do list on their website that if you've got a clean record, it will take quicker or less time to come than if you've got stuff on your record, which hopefully you didn't do anything when you were in Thailand. If you've got a clean record, you can expect to get it back between 15 and 25 working days. So final considerations, I would say that it's a lot easier to complete this process when you are already in Thailand or before you leave. So if I was ever to go again, obviously I didn't know at the time that I would need one of these, but if I was to ever go again, I would make sure that I get one of these before leaving. I've heard that it only takes around 10 days if you're local in Thailand. A lot easier, you can go into the Royal Thai Police in person. Doesn't mean that you have to pay all that money over here to get your prints done. You can get them done over there for a bit cheaper, so it's much easier to get it done when you are there. There are firms that are offering to do this service for foreigners for around $500 on top of the processing fees that you're going to have to pay anyway. I don't really see how they can justify these fees because you're still going to have to send over your hard copy of your fingerprints because they have to be the original copies, they can't be photocopies. So if you're still sending documentation to Thailand, in my eyes it's a lot easier to just, it's not easier, but it's cheaper to just do the full process yourself, fill out your documents yourself, and then you're going to save a lot of money by doing this process yourself. I understand that it's difficult, but hopefully with this video it might be a bit easier to understand the process and what's required of you to get a PCC in the UK in 2025. If you do need any help, obviously drop a comment, I'm happy to help, I'll reply. This process was really long and it was really stressful for me, so I'm happy that I finally got the certificate back. So if I can help, I will help. It's not as hard as it does seem, but it does seem a bit wishy-washy when you've got some websites saying you need 3 sets of fingerprints, some websites are saying you need 2. I'm obviously saying you just need the 1. If I can help, I will. Thanks for watching, and like I said, if you've got any questions, just drop a comment, I'll get back to you, no problem.